This is a warning. If you guys don't like high drama, highest highs, lowest lows, and even people crying, then definitely turn this vlog off now. Because this is Madrid Spain, and this was a movie.
We're here for round one of Drift Masters in sunny Spain, Madrid, the capital of Spain, like, you know, in a proper racetrack. This is just unbelievable.
It means a lot to be back for my second season. Obviously, it was always my dream to be at Drift Masters. And after winning Rookie of the Year last year, I really feel confident going into this year, and I'm super excited.
It means the world to us, Lucas, to be back here. It's a tough slog for the winter months, you know. You're rebuilding the car. The car went back to a bare shell. We rebuilt it from scratch. A lot of money being spent, and you know, it's not until you come back here, the sun's shining, we're in a proper racetrack here in Madrid. You get the buzz back, you know, and it's all worthwhile.
So before we kick off the action this weekend, calm before the storm. The two cars look better than they will for the rest of the season, Conor, especially with your reputation.
Yes, definitely. Geez, if I can keep the body kit on this for this year, my dad said he'll give me €500.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
the body kit costs more than €500, just to put that in perspective.
Yeah, for reference, yeah. So,
and also he's got brand new S15 headlights on there, which RIP.
For Dave and Conor to be teammates this year is just the ultimate team now, because the two lads are very close outside of drifting anyway, and they gel so well, it's going to work a dream. They can work off each other, tell each other how they're feeling, and it's going to work perfect for the year.
So this year, my first year ever competing at the highest level of drifting, and after almost 15 years in the sport, I feel I've gone from start line marshal to judge to event organizer to amateur drifter. I've done everything that can be done. This is the last thing. This is the only thing I haven't done, is compete with the best in the business. And this is going to be a real big challenge, because I have never ever stepped into anything like this before.
I would describe Dave as someone who brings a lot of great people together to do great things.
What Dave can bring to Conor is to show him how to be professional. Let's face it, Dave is the ultimate man when it comes to sponsorship, looking after the partners, you know, and this is a thing that Conor really needs to learn, and Dave will teach him that.
The dynamic of our team is simple. I want to help Conor become a professional driver. I want to teach him about the marketing side of it, the social media side of it, the professional side of it, and I want him to teach me how to drive better, because that's what he does naturally. So just two drivers that are very similar. We have both different skills, and we're going to try and improve each other's over the year. And you know, youngest driver on the grid, one of the oldest drivers on the grid, but I'm the rookie and he's the more experienced driver. It's just such a good dynamic, and to be honest, I think we gel really well. The Falvey team and the Drift Games team all together, it is just one big family. So before we kick off the action, get on track this weekend, let's have a little reminder of the cars that we'll be driving in competition this year.
So these are three things that I love the most about the car. Of course, number one being the carbon Kevlar body kit. It looks absolutely amazing in the same colours as the Supra. The second thing I love are the unbelievable Stram wheels. I absolutely love the DS05s. They're definitely my favourite wheel out of the Stram bundle. My last thing is definitely the D-Name Sport 2JZ, pushing about 960 horsepower. That's probably actually number one as well, because it's such an amazing engine, and it's going to be a very busy year, and it's going to go through a lot of hardship. So yeah, I know I'll hold up to all the abuse.
So the first thing I love about this car is that it's from 2023. So in drifting, you always see older chassis in the 90s and 2000s, which I still love, but having a brand new chassis, something totally different on the grid, to me, is one thing I love about it. Number two, we did what Toyota couldn't. We put the 2J in it. So we actually made the Toyota not a BMW, and I think the only thing left from BMW is the chassis and the windscreen. So everything else is aftermarket, and we've got a 1,000 horsepower 2J in there as well. My third thing is the military look, which we've gone for the black, the Kevlar, and the all black stealthy F45s from Strom. I think they look savage on the car, even with the little yellow accents. So I think the car looks great, I think it performs great, and it's a real Supra now.
Real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids, that's wealthy.
The biggest difference that I found getting into a 1,000 horsepower car with a ton of power is that everything is exaggerated. Imagine you're go-karting, and then you get into a Formula 1 car. That's the difference between a 350Z and my Supra. Yes, it has more of everything, but it happens faster, it's more scary, and it's really like every little input has a massive output, and that's totally different than amateur drifting. So that is something I'm gonna have to get used to very fast.
lifestyle blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn.
So this is the calm before the storm. We're walking the track before the first practice session. And I'm a little scared, Conor, because the first time I will ever do a corner in Drift Masters is at 180 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy start.
No, definitely not. And one thing I found as well is, on the sim, this is much more flat than it is here.
Yeah, agreed.
But one thing that is a bit of a positive is there was a lot of banks in Hungary last year as well. So it's similar. The only problem is, as you said, I'm quite scared as well because it wasn't 180 kilometers in Hungary. That's for sure.
So there's no easy lap.
No.
You have to go full throttle, top of 4th, 5th gear. Then you got to slow down. Also in Assetto, they didn't have this concrete wall at the end of the
I forgot
straight.
to mention that.
So that is scary. And then we've a lot of banks on the last 2 corners. There's a lot of gradient that wasn't in the sim, so that could help with slowing the car down.
Definitely.
But it could be difficult to keep the car high on the bank. You're going to have to do a little bit of left foot braking, I think, there to make that work.
Yeah.
And then we've changed a lot on my car. So we've changed alignment, we've changed weight distribution, we've changed the Ackerman, and we've changed the alternator. So basically, I don't know what it's going to be like until I drive it. But your car should be better than last year.
Yeah, it's better than last year. It has more power, new YSAB, new BC, so it has everything that it didn't have last year. All that's left now is for me just to get in the game and try put down the perfect lap.
I think his mindset is different. Last year it was a bit of a panic, like, you know, we just want to qualify. We just want to get, like, now he's looking way further than that. He wants to do, like, he wants to go all the way, basically.
And the thing is, the 17-year-old on our team has far more experience than the 40-year-old on our team. So I go in here with no experience. You have some experience from last year, but not on this track.
Yeah, no.
I like that it's even playing field for everybody, so
definitely.
everybody's going to be feeling it out. One of the big things I've been doing is taking pointers from Conor, which sounds ridiculous, but the kind of way our team works is I'm pretty good at the branding, the marketing, and the sales of it, and I'm teaching Conor that for the future of his pro career.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the driving, Conor's teaching me.
Yeah.
So that, as I said,
It's a two-way street.
It's a two-way street. The team is all about togetherness. And I think, like, for Ames this weekend, obviously for me, qualifying is a miracle.
I mean, for 10 years I've drifted, but I've never cared. I've never changed tire pressures, never had a spotter, it was more of a release, more fun. I think it was the challenge. I mean, I feel with commentary, I got to a point where I'd done everything I wanted to do. I'm not saying I'll never go back, but I just needed a change of pace. And every challenge I've taken on, every piece of adversity we've come through, it's the adversity that makes you the person. So I think taking a bigger challenge on makes you a better person to deal with stress, to deal with situations that you're not comfortable in. And to be comfortable in the uncomfortable makes you a better person for everybody around you, I think. So that to me is not just about being a better driver or being James Dean, it's about being a better Dave. And that's kind of what I want to be.
He's just the type of fella that no matter what obstacle gets in his way, he has a goal, he's going to get there, and there's nothing going to stop him. And that's some attitude to have, in fairness to him.
The biggest worry I have is holding my nerve in the qualifying.
Yeah, definitely.
So much pressure, so much expectation, people obviously questioning whether I should be here or not.
Yeah.
It's all going to come down to those 2 qualifying runs tomorrow, so practice is important today.
My personal goal for here in Spain is to qualify. Now, that said, it's a new setup on the car, it's a new tire, it's totally overwhelming. Like, you can get really caught up in the emotion and the occasion. So I think my nerves, even just battling them, that I can do 2 qualifying runs, that my nerves don't just make me fall apart, will be a big win. Whether I get in or I get out, look, we've got time to grow through the season. I'm not going to pitch it all in one round, but qualifying would be an absolute dream.
For you, your last year's Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I want to prove this weekend that I have what it takes to get to the podium, and I'm not just some 17-year-old that goes to school. I want to prove that I have what it takes and I can get far in an event. But obviously I'm going to enjoy myself, but I would really like this year to get a podium. That's my go-to this year.
It's not just about being the best, as we always say, it's about trying your best. So as long as we try our best, we're going to have a good time. The team are always going to be smiling whether we win or lose, so we have no pressure that way. Our amazing sponsors just want us to go and enjoy it and experience it.
Yeah.
So the only pressure we have is ourselves, which is not on each other, but on ourselves to make sure that we perform.
I mean, Conor and I will set our goals. I know Conor wants to improve from last year. I want to just fit in and not look like I shouldn't be here, and not embarrass myself and prove myself over a couple of rounds and see the challenge as what it is, a challenge. I don't think the results are massive for drift games. I mean, we always say once we've tried our best, it's not about being the best, because there's lots of guys doing that. But if we can come away from a weekend knowing everything we did was as good as we could do it, or we learned from it, then it's smiles all around. We're not the most competitive team in the world. We don't pretend to be. We're a bunch of ordinary people trying to pretend to be a race team for a weekend. But you know what? Sometimes there's a lot of heart in that, and sometimes you can make miracles happen.
So we look good. We got the new suits, we got the new rig, we got the new Tough Air domes, we've got the shop here, we got the R33 here. So I think we looked the part. We got all the cars ready. Boys have done an amazing job getting them all set up.
Yeah.
So now it's just time to go to the track, see how the first practice session goes, and try and hold the nerves, because I think we're both going to be a little bit.
Oh, definitely. But have fun.
We'll have fun though. We'll enjoy it. He's all about having fun. I'm like, just survive, man. Just stay alive. Don't embarrass myself. So we'll see how we are. We'll report back after practice. Now it's time to put the suits on for the first time this year. Let's see how we get on. First fit. Anything like this?
It's nice. I just feel to be on the other side.
Strange. Usually I'm relaxing at this point, doing nothing, waiting to talk.
I agree, we're not going to get any complaints at the end of the day how much he talks today.
It's a good point, actually.
That's going to be 3 breakfasts. 2, 1.
Perfect.
I like it.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see that face at some point this year.
You know how it's done, huh?
3, 2, 1.
So it is time for practice. The nerves are definitely building. All the hairs on my arm are standing up. So you talk about it for so many months, but now you got to do it, and there's no talking your way out of it. It's going to be a scary track. Just need to get those first couple of laps in, and then we feel like we're part of it then. So up until now, it's all been a dream. Now the reality kicks in, so got to stay focused.
This morning I was all the big man saying, oh, I'm way more confident this year, but now, long time out of the hot seat in this car, so, geez, I'm very nervous, but once you get that first lap out of the way, it'll be grand. Just hope Dave gets on okay, because I know the feeling of your first year, not knowing what to expect, but I'm just trying to tell him that he'll be okay, because I know Dave's a very good line driver, so there'll be no panic on him, and hopefully he gets on well.
It's time for Drift Masters, let's go.
So first one done, I got caught massively by not being fast enough, but also the Molinos have so much grip. Like, it's like chewing gum. It makes this car feel like it's got 400 horsepower. So especially with the temperatures being so high, I gotta go a lot harder.
But she's unbelievable. The hard bits it's doing really well, and the easy bits I'm messing up, but it's just gear changes and stuff, a little bit of nerves. Well, we'll go back out for the last 15 minutes of practice today. I'm gonna nail 2 month runs and come in confident for tomorrow. So I'm gonna take a little breather now, but it's like 50 degrees in the car. But a really positive start,
So the first clip is a shallow angle clip into the inner clip, and then clip 3, the outer clip, put on more angle slowly, transition, handbrake onto the wall, around in, transition again for the last clip, outside clip, inside clip, over the finish line. In theory there's not much to it, but it'll be a lot harder than doing it in my head. We've had the turbo go in our first couple laps of practice. It was very smoky and there was a tiny flare of it, so Adam and Johnny said we'll just change the turbo now, so it'll be out in no time now again. We'll miss a couple laps of practice, there's no stress. Rather it happened now than it happened in the battle or qualifying, so yeah, we're just going to fix now when we get back out. I'm pretty happy with how I'm driving. My second run there felt pretty good for a start, so I'm happy enough. So yeah, we're trying to get this car back running now and it should be mint.
So first practice session is not over yet. I've just let the car cool in the middle because it's very warm. Now we're going to get another 3 laps at the end of practice today. Try and do my lead run. So at least my big thing this weekend is try and qualify. If we can leave today on a high with 3 good leads, that's the best I've ever driven in my life. And to do 180k in your first quarter and first, like, absolutely sending it in, man, the buzz is like ridiculous. Get some good runs, get some feedback from Gary, my spotter, and then we go watch Conor. But
What a day so far. What a day.
So it is the big day, qualifying day at Drift Masters. Yesterday we shook the nerves. Car is phenomenal. I got to shout out two people, Jack Shanahan, who gave me a little help with the setup, changed some stuff, transformed the car, and also to Tor Anges Ringes from Norway, who made me some custom sway bars, sent them from Norway. We got them in Ireland and brought them on the plane with us. It has transformed the back end of the car, much more stable. My biggest problem yesterday was trusting the car. I keep expecting it to be snappy and uncontrollable, but it's actually really good. So today, this practice session is all about tidying everything up and getting myself a good lead run for qualifying. Today, it's me versus me. There's a load of other competitors here, but my score in qualifying is all I'm aiming for. Get in the show. So I'm going to try and do that lead run perfectly, dial it in, and hopefully we have some luck.
So we were dialing in the line and everything was getting better and better, and then my own mistake, I handbraked, went down a shift, but I didn't fully downshift, so basically I broke fourth gear.
Just changing the ratio, Dave, Samsonus is popping out in fourth gear, so instead of losing the practice session and changing the gearbox, we've just dropped the gears, send them out now and see if our calculations, our guesstimations are correct, and go from there, yeah?
We could probably fix the dog ring overnight, but with the time we have at practice now, we have to see if third will work. So this is again, just when we're getting comfy, we have to start again.
It's qualifying day. You know what qualifying day is like, so...
The nerves are kicking in. It's like we never left. I thought this year would be easier, but it's not.
I can't tell if the ratio is better or I'm just getting better, but the last two runs I did weren't perfect, but they were probably enough to get me in the show. So if I can just keep this up for the second practice session, I've got like 2 clips I need to work on, but the bit where I'm having the biggest trouble, I've now figured out a system. So bit by bit by bit, it's like Lego, you got to build every little block. So I tried a few new things on the last one, learned again. I thought we were done when the gearbox was gone. I thought that was the end of the weekend. Changed the ratio, she's still singing. Good girl, good girl.
So I'm just having a look at the RPM trace because we've changed the gear ratio in the diff because he's got a broken fourth gear, so we're now running third and we're running out of wheel speed a little bit. So I'm actually going to move the rev limiter another 100 RPM higher just to give him that little extra bit of wheel speed because we can safely do that. Because what I normally do is not run the car at the absolute maximum RPM at all times for reliability. But in times like this, we can move the rev limit up a little bit higher. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just checking, making sure that the RPM trace is very smooth, because we can set the rev limiter and the link ECU to be very smooth and not, harsh on components. So, but other than that, everything looks good. Our temperatures are good, our pressures are all good, and I just like to keep an eye on it every single lap. Is to always sometimes find a problem before it becomes a problem if you mind the logs.
Very nervous now. All day yesterday, fine, wasn't nervous, I was nervous, now I'm nervous. They moved the entry back as well on the start line, like 8 metres, so it's a bit of a longer run up now, so.
It's last practice session. We're not going to get a whole lot of time in this one. It all comes down to this. I've been messy in getting certain parts of the track right up till now. This session I need to pull it all together because it's my last chance before qualifying to figure out the track. We're checking the gearbox. We hope it's not too serious, so it's staying in third at the moment. So just going to try and relax, do what I can. Remember that I'm here to have fun and not overstress myself. So let's do it. So we're about to head to qualifying. Conor, we've had an interesting day.
Yeah, I've had an interesting day.
So Conor lost power steering this morning.
Yeah, ran turbo first.
Turbo first,
got 2 laps. 2 laps this morning, first steering. I was wondering if I'm ever going to get more than 2 laps. But the lads fixed it. The car was perfect then, and I got a couple more laps. But my last session there, I changed too much, and I started going backwards. So I'm just doing the same thing that I was doing. But I've seen some of your runs, and you're flying it.
I'd say I'm probably 50-50. I think I can pull a good one off.
Yeah.
It's just, we broke 4th gear in the gearbox, so I had to change the ratio. I'm working third a little too hard in some areas, but it's doable. I'm not thinking about what I could have. That's what I have. I've got 2 runs, and I think my biggest enemy today is going to be the nerves. I know how many people are watching. I know how many people there's a lot of expectation.
Yeah.
Where you're used to this for 5-6 rounds last year.
Yeah.
But you're trying to push that little extra now. I can see you driving. You're not trying to get the 70 or 80 pop. You're going for the big runs.
I try to go for the big runs, as you said, but I'm thinking in my last session I was trying too hard.
Yep.
It's kind of a point where you're over pushing it. So I think I need to take some advice from my old self last year and just get in the show.
Just get in the show. Anyway, we're going to go to qualifying. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to try and relax. We're going to chill and do our best. And that's all we can do.
Is up, it's about to go down. Once he gets it, he doesn't panic. He has it in the head and he knows what to do. And there's no reason why I'm confident that he'll put in a good qualifying.
Well, here it is. Here it is. The moment you and I have been waiting for. Not this time.
No, he left the commentary booth right here at Drift Masters to do this job exactly, and it is, of course, a very good friend of mine, Dave Egan, ladies and gentlemen, off the line.
In this incredible carbon Kevlar 2 JZ powered
Toyota Supra, as he flicks it in. Nice angle from Egan, shallows up a little bit there now, flicks it to angle all the way. Oh, and he drops the wheel off the edge of the track, but he recovers as Egan now works his way round that long outside zone. Big clutch kick, you can see the front of the car pop up as he puts that grip down. Now dials it in, nerves flooding through the body of Dave Egan right now as he puts down his first ever qualifying run.
It's hard to know if they're going to count it as 2 wheels off or not. Jeez, I'm sickened for him. Because it actually wasn't a bad run besides that, to be fair.
Well, so it seems like he's down there with Dave Egan.
Oh, terrifying. It's much easier talking about people making mistakes than making them yourself. So it is a totally different game in here. I mean, we watch it, so critically from the commentary box. But when you're doing it, there's a lot more going on in terms of every bit of G-force you're feeling. So I'm going to try and clean it up for the second run. I'm actually just glad I survived the first one, settled the nerves, and what a place, what a track, what a championship. You're watching my run. That's the first time I've done that all weekend. So I had the initiation and the transition dialed, and then it was everything else that I was struggling with. Qualifying, I messed up the entry, it messed up my second part, overdrove it, dropped 2 wheels. The run wasn't terrible, but I dropped the 2 wheels, went off the track too early. So that's definitely a mistake I won't make the second time, for sure. Better.
Yeah. Just nerves are starting to set in now, Lucas. But that'll be fine. Just go do it.
Some feedback, Conor, from what I learned. Just don't go off the track. So I'm just bringing that back in.
This is only the first one.
I know, but I'm just saying, I just said I'd go out and try it, and I went off it and they gave me a 0. So don't do that. Because you get a 0 as well.
Yeah, I'll report back after my report.
If you don't do that and then you get a good score, then I'll do what you're doing instead of what I'm doing, right? So that's fine. Buddy, go out there and smash it. Enjoy it.
Nervous. Hey. Thanks. Yeah. Everything's perfect now. Once the thing attached to the steering wheel is perfect as well, we'll be fine. So, drive on.
Full sun, buddy. Yep. 1-0 now is enough for us in the first half of qualifying. So hopefully he'll pull it out of the bag. So.
I'm feeling the same as my dad. Hopefully it's not a repeat of last year, getting it on the second run every single time. Hopefully he can get it done in one.
On the line, our rookie of the year in 2024. from the team Drift Game. Driving this 950 horsepower 2JZ. Carbon Kevlar for 2025, switched it up a little bit, changed the car, adapted the car. He said he knows now how the car needs to be for these competitions and how it needs to be for Europe. And look at this as Falvey flicks that car across the circuit, the handbrake drag, but gets it dialed into the outside zone. He now has worked out the kicks. This man apparently has done so many hours on the sim of this circuit. It is unbelievable. He said he knows it really well, and it looks like he knows it well.
Boy, Conor! That's the stuff!
Who next, no boy?
Right, half the job done. Now for this Egypt. Now we can have fun.
That'll do, boy. That'll do.
Well done. Oh, how was that? Good. I think I still have more in the tank, but geez, I'm delighted. The pressure's off now. Surely that's in the show, like, so I'm delighted, man. Thank God. Thanks, man.
Or can some driving?
Yeah, be fine. Thank you guys. I'll do my best.
Relax, and just make all the track without dropping wheels. He doesn't even get all his zones like 100% because the scores aren't like very impressive. So it just needs consistent, smooth, and make it around, and you get a score, and then you're in. And that's his dream, is to qualify. So that's all he needs to do, just one step at a time.
It's going to be tricky for him. I know that feeling of being on a zero. It's actually the worst feeling in the whole world. There's not a lot of things that Dave hasn't went through, so this is a good thing. He has thick skin, to be fair, so he'll be fine.
It's going to be the one and only Dave Egan, who currently sits on a zero after his first qualifying run. I think he's a little nervous.
What ditch?
The head a little panicky. He said he just wanted to get that one done and survive. Well, he needs now to not only survive but put a score on the board. You see Egan flick through the gears, fire that car across the circuit. Nicer line this time, more aggression, and he keeps it on the tarmac as Egan flicks it through. No mistakes at the moment, big handbrake drag, but he sets himself up nicely for outside zone 4. Egan back on throttle, another big clutch kick from Egan in that Toyota Supra, fires it on angle, and he's got it together as Dave Egan gets that zone and across.
He has it, boys. He has it.
That was so run. That was a very good run. I don't know where he pulled that out of. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't say it's a million miles off my score, to be honest. I'd say they're very similar. Jesus, fair play to him. That was some run.
Golden buzzer, but look at that, an 82.2.
Yes! What do you say? Class, that's good. That's good.
Oh, my heart. We got a score. We got a score. Oh man, that was a nervy one. That's all I need to do is just get a run. I don't know if it's going to be enough to qualify me, but I did a run. I didn't mess it up. I stuck to my guns. I had some errors in it that I corrected. Stuff I couldn't have done a year ago. Best feeling in the world. Best feeling in the world. Thanks, Lucas. I don't know what you did, but you did a lot.
I'm there.
You did a thing. You did a thing. You can do. It wasn't perfect, but it was brilliant.
What a man, like. You know, Dave came out here, like, he didn't know what to expect. He said, like, he didn't know, was he going to be way under what the lads were? And he went out and proved himself. You know, you can imagine there was a lot of talk around saying, he's not good enough, he won't do it. And he proved them all wrong. So proud of him.
Dave did it. Now it's my turn. I'm going to try to do something crazy here.
Conor Shannon, you don't want to put me fellow drifters here in Drift Masters, Conor Shannon. You know? We're all the same. We're all just the lads, you know. Big boots to fill, you know, but we do all right.
You know what he told me? He told me he's going to do something crazy.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
And I said to him, Conor, will we just take it nice and handy now this time? And then I heard Tomas saying, come on kid, let's drive it on. And I thought, oh God, I'm fighting a losing battle here. But anyway,
I'll be all right.
I hope so.
Falvey, well, could we see, well, we're going to see both the Drift Game guys in the top 32. If Conor Falvey knocks this one out of the park, he could end up facing off against Dave Egan in the top 32. That would be interesting. Not pushing for it a lot, I am, the whole way. Look at the angle, though, that Falvey fires in, though. He puts that car to an angle, gets it dialed on the outside zone, and look at the line. This young man, I'm telling you now, is so talented. It's unbelievable. That sim drifting coming through. Look at that big clutch kick.
It's just that last time he was too early on the race.
That's fifth. That is amazing. Well done. You have the job done now. Let's go.
I'm very happy. I would like to get in the showdown, but that's just me being picky. I'm delighted with my score. I'm delighted to get an 88. It's an improvement. So yeah, I'm delighted.
The hardest task for me, which has always been a struggle, is to separate myself into my role as a driver and let all my team do their great job individually. Sometimes I can overcheck it, and that's what's happened in the past, and it distracts you from the driving. So now I'm trying to pretend that I don't care how everything else goes, at least for the competition days, and then, you know, make sure everybody's happy. The sponsors, you guys watching the videos, make sure everybody gets what they want out of this, because it means a lot to us for all the support we have to give that back, and that's the only reason we're here.
Main day, practice, top 32. I never thought I'd actually get this far. I never thought I'd get to the top 32 briefing, but I'm in the mix. Today is about, I could try and put more grip in the car, chase the top guys, but this is a learning year for me, so what I want to do is keep the car the same as yesterday, make it consistent. I might not be the most competitive, but at least if I don't mess up, I give myself a very fair chance. So I'm going to try and do what I can do today and not try and chase the guys that have been doing this for like 10, 15 years. I'm going to keep a cool head, have fun, and take today as a bonus, because I really shouldn't be here.
The first corner and the car had no power. I went straight through the grass, the gravel, everything. Is the car okay?
It's a misfire.
No, is the bodywork okay? I drove from clip 3 through the gravel and the grass to outer zone 4.
It looks mental.
But jeez, I got away with that. Yeah, just had no power when the clutch kicked in. Nothing. I think I might have got away with that one. That was a scary one.
And then it died on power, went off the track at like 160k through all the gravel track, through the grass, down by the barrier, end up in the middle of the second corner.
Oh, there's always something.
Hey Lucas, stay hydrated? Yeah, we need it. It was all going too well. 2 cars now, the mechanics are flat out, so.
I was actually quite happy in practice. I was struggling with grip all morning, but my last lap there, we put a lot more grip into the car and I was actually happy with it. But coming over the finish line then, we got a bit of a bang. Whereas just over the finish line then, bang, into the back. But it was just an accident, it could happen easily. But just enjoying my role now. Well.
Are you getting all crumbs on your suit? Thank you.
Baby.
I'm not 100% confident, but I'm trying to give it my best go.
Busy day. I hope it doesn't get busier.
Just got busier. So last run of practice, a pebble. I mean, the hole in the timing cover is like that size. A pebble went in, slipped the timing belt, and basically hurt the compression on the engine. So the head is now destroyed on the car. So we came back in, checked it, pressure tested it, not good. So now we have a spare head that we have from DBM. We're late in the bracket, so we have about an hour, strip the entire engine, rebuild it and put it back in the car. So it's going to be very, very close and not what we want, not at all. So, right, this is going to be a stressful hour. We might be out, I don't know if they can change it in that time, but boys are going to give it a good go. I can guarantee you that.
I'd rather not be doing this right now, but it is what it is. There's some of the valves are bent. They're only ever so slightly bent, but we have time. And Jeroen has a spare head, so we're going to swap it and hopefully get Dave out for his battle in full health again. If this was a normal garage situation, it's probably a full day's job. We're going to try and do it in an hour and a half. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Professional
little drifting. They said it will be fun. This is fun.
Going back to the bash.
So when I'm after a win, and Dave's like, I wonder why that fella's in such bad form. These are the reasons why I'm in bad form.
You're right there in counselling with Jack. The two of us sit beside each other going, it's the real deal. I understand it. It is an emotionally taxing thing.
He's got good help. Jeroen is here, so it's fine.
All right, so Jeroen.
Yeah.
What does this job take?
Everything. Everything you can think of and double that. Dismantle the whole engine, the top of the engine, check everything over, everything which goes through your hands, you have to check it out. If it's still okay to put it back on the new head, put the new head on, put everything together and pray Dave does good in his battle. This thing
You realise very quickly how much goes on in the pits compared to behind the scenes on the broadcast. It's quite calm. Everybody is very chilled and doing everything like with Red Bull TV. Here it's chaos. Parts going in, tyres going in, people sweating, fighting. It's just a different experience.
The wastegate, lads. It's open, so now we got time to check it out. You won't see this every competition if it's... That's the plan, do not see this every competition. And for the most part, it's good.
Dave thought his biggest challenge is going to be qualifying. No, the biggest challenge is going to be making the top 32.
I think there's one big difference between me and Conor. I know how much everything costs. I have to go get the money to pay for all of this, and it's really expensive. And the concept of damage or things not going well or a weekend where you feel like, you know, it's a waste of money if you don't do well, that puts more stress on me than Conor, I think, because Conor is from the sim to the car, 17, do the job. And that's actually better because he's just focused on one thing. Whereas I'm always going to be a little bit more, you know, I'm a little older, I'm a little wiser. He doesn't have the wiseness to stay out of trouble. So that's hard to separate sometimes, but I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Block's nearly done. Adam Kelly, Tomas, Johnny and Lloyd are all working on the head. There was two, so I moved over here. We were all have our little separate jobs. I jumped onto prepping the block. It's nearly done now. The boys are nearly done with the head, so the head will be going back on within, I'd say, the next 5 minutes. We're tight on time, but you know, we've done this before at Rousey's car in Hungary, so we'll do it again. No problem.
So top 32 has kicked off. We're getting about halfway through the first half of the bracket. We're both in the second bracket, and my battle is just after Conor's. Conor's good to go. We're 50-50 on my car. The boys are going to try their very, very best. But Conor, zen, focus. Go out there and do what you know you can do. As I said, you've been on it from the start of practice. Don't change anything. Yeah. Don't try and overdrive. Just do your thing. Yeah. We're winning. Sure. We're winning, and we're both in the show. So, yeah, best of luck. Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
I don't know. Maybe I'm in, maybe I'm not. Who knows? We don't know. Anyway, this lad's going to do some skids, and that's what we came here to do.
Good luck, buddy.
Thanks. And you're going for 100 by leader. That's why you want them in the back. Yeah. And the cheers. Do not just same as just don't get that. Be ready, alright? See you for top 16, right? Yeah. He's got out now anyway, so look, all he can do is his best. It's, anything can happen. You know the way it works now.
Not good. So we're a battle away. I gotta go. Hopefully, I don't know.
Fuck's sake. Do you reckon your man flow in? To flow in.
Fires that car in, that S15, up and gone as he puts foot to floor, that carbon Kevlar S15, not messing around, but out of the smoke. From nowhere comes Kubovichkovsky's. Hits the rear wheel, puts them both into a spin.
What the f***, like? Yeah. I came back on power and he just flowed into me.
Thank God it didn't go into the f***ing wall.
Yeah, the car's wrecked, I'd say. That was some bang.
It was his fault anyway, Conor. He hit you, it wasn't your issue. It was the car feel, Conor.
Because the competition came out like the car doesn't feel right.
It's left wheel. Looks like it might be cambered in a bit more.
One minute 50 on the clock, guys.
Me. I shouldn't have said that.
Is he against this lad? Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, there is a collision.
To the top 32. And we're seeing Dave Egan make his way to the start line, so hold on a minute, this could be a complete change. I'm not sure how this plays out now. 30 seconds before we go live, Dave Egan,
He's going for it.
just made it. I tell you what, nothing changes for Dave Egan, but because he has just
It does
about
not sound
made it.
good.
There he goes. I think it just shivers.
Dave was not going to go for this, and then he got it into the reps. He's like, maybe. Is he going for it?
Go on. Yes.
I think the story for me that I want to get across to you guys watching this is that you can achieve anything in life. I didn't grow up with a family that were into motorsport. I lived in apartments. I barely can change a wheel, and I'm also not an amazing driver. And somehow I'm here on the Drift Masters grid because I spent 15 years doing everything else to get here. So even if it's not the obvious route, just stay on a positive route, and eventually you'll get to the end of your goal. And just sitting here on this wheel talking to you guys on the grid in Drift Masters, like, who would have ever thought it? But we always just say yes, smile, be positive, and good things happen.
Because Dave Egan made it to the line with
Seconds to spare for his first ever battle here at Drift Masters.
It's always drama.
The most Dave Egan thing you could do.
Yeah,
just when you thought it was over.
Turn up just in time.
Yeah.
Dramatically. He is going to lead out Dave Egan for a spot in the top 16 away. As Egan starts to creep the line, and we're going to get this battle underway. Egan comes off the...
We thought the car was fixed, but unfortunately the car was running on 3 cylinders and couldn't accelerate. I informed the burnout box marshal and Marston on the start line and asked if I could just roll out and say thank you to the fans. Heartbreaking, because the boys put such a shift in for the last hour and a half. We got her started, just wasn't to be. So let's hope Conor has a little bit better luck, and I think the luck for me and Conor are going 2 separate ways today. But I'm proud of the team. I'm really proud of the team, man. We could have just retired an hour and a half ago, but they built a whole engine, put it in the car, and I made it under our own power to the start line. But she just didn't have any power to spin the wheels, so I would have loved the battle, but it is what it is. We got there, we didn't give up, and that's the whole point of the drift games. Try our best and don't give up, and that's what we did. That's what we did.
We're going to go back to the second half of the battle between Conor Falvey and Jakob Puszczonski. He sits on the line, absolutely laser focused. He won't want to go out without proving a point. Through the gears he goes, absolutely slamming, flicks the cars across the gear. Look at this, Falvey jumps straight onto the back bumper now, starts to put some aggression onto the side of that GR86. They fire down, a big wobble and waver from Puszczonski as he just about keeps the rear wheels into that zone. And you can see Conor Falvey there, not doing too much, not trying to push too hard, just keeping it safe, just sticking to the line. Now makes a little dive up to the rear end and across the line they go.
Oh my God, what a feeling. First top 16 of the year. Oh, I'm over the moon. I'm actually over the moon. It makes all the hard work over the off season, all the money put into the car worth it. It's such a great feeling. And it's unfortunate it wasn't a clean battle, but yeah, it was nobody's fault. Jakob was probably going a bit too hard and I could have went too slow. So it's no one's fault really. So I'm so happy to be in the top 16. So unfortunately Dave's car, in fairness to the lads, it was actually very impressive. They got the head change in the engine in like an hour. Unfortunately the car didn't run, so it's a sickener for Dave. But all he wanted to do was qualify and he achieved that. So I think he'll be flying it for Finland.
So So I'm out of the car and now I'm just one of the team for the rest of the day. And if you want to be one of the extended team, then grab yourself the brand new 2025 team wear from Drift Games. On the screen right now, we'll show you our hoodie, our t-shirt, and our jersey. We got some cool stickers as well. We want you guys to support us because, you know, it's kind of expensive to do this every single round, and we appreciate every single purchase. I'm going to put a link in the description below. We have limited sizes and quantities right now. If you can grab them, every single sale we make goes right back into all of this magic. So thank you so much for your support. Right, back to the action.
Over the headset, but we see Conor Falvey on the line. Conor Falvey, the higher qualifier, sits in that lead position as Juha Poitolasco gets ready to rock and roll. You can see him pressing the button for the anti-lag. He's going to need all of that because this young man from Ireland is going to be on an absolute flyer. Getting so much drama in through information going on. We'll get back to that in a minute. We're going to get this battle underway first. Look at this, though, from Poitolasco. He knows that Falvey's fast, and he's now jumping the start. He's waiting for Falvey to initiate as Falvey throws that carbon Kevlar S15, and he's not wrong. Falvey is fast. The carbon Kevlar can barely hold on as a young man from Ireland puts that rear wheel into the outside zone. He's up and gone, and Poitolasco needs to do something right now. He needs to dive, he needs to make a move because Falvey makes a big mistake, stalls up and has to get himself back into it. That was... the back end of that BMW in the face of Conor Falvey, and Conor Falvey now trying to make a dive. He's on the hammering for a long while, and now he jumps into it. Look at Falvey, aggressive, but has to stall up massively. This is scrappy from both guys. Love to see what the judges are thinking on this one. And Falvey goes to make another move on Juha Poitolasco, and he goes for the back bumper across the line. Yeah, it's going to be Conor Falvey. Conor Falvey gets the win, advances through to the Grade A, another step forward. Juha Poitolasco.
Oh, I am so proud of him. He's a hero, but so is this whole team. They have done so much today, and you couldn't be on a better team from all of you. I think this is a weekend, and it is well deserved for everybody.
Very happy. Top 8 in the first round. That's some start to the season, though, isn't it? No.
Bottomless line here for bragging rights, going back to school on Monday morning. Yeah, right. Falvey would love to win, but Ite said has been away in the off-season. He's got new machinery. He's dialed in. He's focused.
Come on, Conor.
Come on, Conor! Behind him, he has a whole wealth of experience on the sim. Behind him, pushing him, and look at it. It's coming through right now as Falvey fires that carbon Kevlar 15 across the track. Makes a huge mistake, triangulates the track. It's scruffy from Ite Seda as Falvey looks rock solid out front. Ite now trying to take a bite out the back of that S15. He jumps onto the rear wheel, gives him a tap.
I think Conor has got an advantage, but it's only halfway there, and halfway there is no win. So we got to watch another run. Let's not get carried away.
The biggest achievement so far of their Drift Masters career. Ite allows Falvey to get nice and close. Good initiation though, as he starts to pull a gap. Conor Falvey playing this one careful, sticks that qualifying line at the moment.
Come on, Conor, come on!
Oh, Falvey has to shallow up the angle as Ite goes nice and wide. Falvey got a shortcut, drop down the inside, and he does. Nudges the front end of the S15 straight to the door. Understeer again for Falvey.
Lads, like, then again, Ite wasn't great on the lead. That's close.
The best result for either of these guys. Left for Ite Seda, right for Conor Falvey, and yeah, it's going to be the man from Israel. Ite Seda takes it through to the final four. He is absolutely over the moon, but we must say congratulations to Conor Falvey, the Rookie of the Year last year, getting this far in the competition and just that understeer.
That's not a bad start at all. Not a bad start at all. And he was very close there as well. I'm sure Michael Sheen.
one error, which you didn't all weekend up to that, and you're 7th in the championship after round 1. So take it as it could have gone a lot worse.
I know, but it's annoying. I had it in my hand.
I know, but the understeer, like it happens instantly. You can't do anything about it.
I know.
And like another day, you'll learn from that mistake, and it'll win you a battle down the line. It's great.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect.
What is?
Perfect.
Yeah. It's just so annoying. I had it right.
We're going into round 2 strong.
So, as quickly as it started, Driftmaster Spain was over, and it had everything. We never claimed to be the best drivers or the most professional team, but we do have a lot of heart and a lot of passion, and that got us through every single setback. Supra was now heading back to DBM Engineering in Holland for a full checkover, and the 15 returning to Ireland for pretty much the same. So when we see him again, it will be in Finland, and you can be sure Drift Games will be ready to fight again. Thank you to everybody who supported us, our many amazing sponsors. We hope we did everybody proud. We have big ambitions for the rest of the year, so stay tuned. We'll see you back on track in a couple of weeks.